Let's just be spontaneous. Your personal nightmare in 3 words. You need to know what, when, where, who, how long, backup plan, escape route. Someone changes plans last minute and your chest tightens. Going with the flow feels like losing control of the steering wheel at 100 miles an hour. If uncertainty doesn't feel like adventure, it feels like threat. This is for you, because here's what nobody's telling you. You're not a control freak. You're not too rigid. Your brain is using planning as anxiety medication. And once you understand why unpredictability registers as danger in your nervous system, everything about how you operate makes perfect sense. We're diving into childhood chaos, the illusion of control, and why needing a plan isn't about being type A. It's about survival. Let's start with the types. See if you recognize yourself. Type 1, the itinerary maker. Everything has a specific schedule. Vacations require detailed spreadsheets. You need to know the plan before leaving the house. No agenda means not going. People think you're uptight, but in your mind, you're just prepared. Type 2, the contingency planner. Plan A, B, C, D. Constant what-if mental gymnastics. You anticipate every possible problem before it happens. Backup plan for the backup plan. Because if something goes wrong and you didn't prepare for it, that's on you. Type 3, the information gatherer. You need all the details before committing. Just show up and see what happens is genuinely impossible. Obsessive pre-event research. Because surprises aren't fun. They're your worst nightmare. And here's what connects all of them. Uncertainty isn't adventure, it's threat. But why?
So where does this come from? Because most people can wing it. You can't. And there's a reason. Because 1, childhood unpredictability. If your childhood was chaotic, inconsistent, or unstable, your brain learned something crucial. The world is unsafe unless you control it. Maybe your parents' moods were unpredictable. Maybe finances were unstable. Maybe you never knew which version of home you'd come back to. Calm today, chaos tomorrow. Your nervous system adapted. It learned, if I can predict it, I can prepare for it. If I can prepare for it, I can survive it. Planning became your emotional armor, the one thing that made an unstable world feel manageable. Psychologists call this hypervigilance. Your brain is constantly scanning for threats, for variables you can't control, and every unplanned element registers as potential danger. Cause 2, the illusion of control. Here's the thing about planning. It gives you the feeling of control, not actual control, but the feeling. And for someone whose nervous system is wired for threat detection, that feeling is everything. Research in anxiety psychology shows that people with high intolerance of uncertainty experience physical stress responses to unplanned situations. It's not dramatic, it's neurological. Your amygdala, your brain's fear center, literally activates when plans change. Planning isn't about being organized, it's about regulating a nervous system that learned early chaos is dangerous, control is safety. Cause 3, betrayed expectations. Maybe you planned something once, really looked forward to it, and it fell apart. Or someone promised something and didn't follow through, and the disappointment was devastating. So your brain created a rule. If I control every variable, I can't be blindsided. If I have a plan, I have protection. The tighter the plan, the smaller the chance of pain. This plays out in ways people don't understand. Externally, you're difficult about making plans. You ask too many questions. You need details nobody else seems to need. You cancel when there's too much uncertainty. People think you're inflexible, but you're not being difficult. You're trying to feel safe. Internally, spontaneity feels like free fall. Someone suggesting, let's just figure it out as we go, triggers genuine panic, not annoyance, panic. Your brain interprets lack of plan as lack of safety. And here's what's quietly exhausting. You can't relax unless you know what's happening next. Vacations aren't restful because you're mentally managing every transition. Surprises, even good ones, spike your anxiety instead of your joy. The mental load is constant. You're always 3 steps ahead, always anticipating, always preparing. Because if you stop planning, the anxiety floods in.
But here's what most people with this pattern don't realize. The planning isn't the problem. The problem is what you're using it to avoid feeling. Because underneath the need for control is something deeper, the belief that you can't handle uncertainty, that if something unexpected happens, you'll fall apart, that your worth is tied to being prepared, being competent, being in control. So you plan and plan and plan, not because you love planning, because the alternative, sitting with the discomfort of not knowing, feels unbearable. But listen, there's a paradox. The tighter you control, the more anxious you become, because reality is fundamentally uncertain, and and no amount of planning can eliminate that. So you're constantly chasing a feeling of safety that planning can never fully provide. You're not rare or too much. Your need to plan isn't a personality flaw. It's a nervous system running on old programming. It learned that unpredictability equals danger, and it's doing exactly what it was designed to do: protect you. The problem isn't that you plan, it's that your system hasn't updated its threat assessment. It's still treating uncertainty like the chaos it once was, but you're not in that environment anymore. And maybe, just maybe, you're more capable of handling the unexpected than your nervous system believes. This isn't about forcing yourself to be spontaneous. It's about understanding that the anxiety isn't about the actual situation. It's about what unpredictability meant when you were learning how to survive. So, if this is you, if you need to know the plan or you can't relax, if last-minute changes feel like emotional whiplash, if winging it sounds like a threat, you're not difficult. You're someone whose brain learned that planning equals safety. The question isn't, why can't I just relax? The question is, what is my planning protecting me from feeling? Because maybe the real issue isn't the chaos outside. Maybe it's the belief that you can't handle it if things don't go according to plan.
If this resonates with you, leave a comment. What's your planning style? Are you the type who creates detailed itineraries? Someone who prepares contingency plans? Or do you gather every bit of information possible? I'd love to know. And if you're curious about why your brain works the way it does, subscribe. Do it now. It's clear you're interested in getting to know yourself on a deeper level.